Yeah, I don't know anything about this, like, at all. Like, maybe I'll remember a couple things or whatever when I watch it, but we'll see. Either way, I'm curious.
The lands between are ruined, mired in torment and despair.
Oh, no
Is there
worries.
really anything here worth fighting for? Is there anyone worth saving?
Hello? Is somebody there? My name is Irina. I've escaped from Castle Morn.
I remember her.
To the south. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty.
Oh,
As
I remember
commander.
this place.
The servants there have rebelled. Filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul.
Except you.
I fear for father's life. My soul wishes that he escape.
The slaves of Castle Morn are misbegotten. Their very existence is considered to be a punishment. But their only crime was being born outside of grace.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder that hatred has fermented in their hearts, inspiring them to finally break free of their masters. The next step in a cycle of revenge that began at Castle Morn long ago.
I see. From Irina. Thank you. I'm in your debt, but I can't leave yet. Even if the castle should fall, as commander, I must remain to ensure the treasured Sword of Morn does not fall into the wrong hands.
Ages ago, a lone champion fought at Castle Morn. His entire clan had been vanquished, but he grafted their swords onto his own and continued to fight. So determined was he to claim his revenge. And so, this became the legendary sword of Castle Morn. It was claimed by the banished knights of Godric, stolen by a misbegotten, and then passed down to you. And with it, the cycle of revenge continues.
God, they're
An eye
hideous.
for an eye.
I'm in your debt for keeping the sword from those fallen creatures.
Oh.
I'm no longer bound by duty. Once I've rescued Irina, I will spend my remaining days with her. Irina, how could this be? My daughter deserved better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered.
Well, you just left her to sit on a rock outside of the castle. What did you think was gonna happen?
I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Irina, it will be done.
You're tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor
Santa.
of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer. There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like they kind of settled in the game. You know, if I return to where I first found you, usually you're still there. Well, it'd be cool if they did actually wander around and you had to, like, look for them. I think that would be really cool.
I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine. See that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
Deep within the eyes of the oldest merchants, a secret is hidden. Deeply unforgiving in...
Shell, as if this entire game wasn't made to be a pain. Just see what you... Yeah, true.
Indeed.
But I've done all I can here. I'm thinking of moving elsewhere for a time.
So far, we've spoken of misbegotten, banished knights, tarnished, and merchants. All were spurned by grace, in one way or another. You can't go too far without wondering if the Golden Order is to blame for the oceans of anger and despair. When we last met Edgar, he swore revenge upon the misbegotten. But now, all must die, misbegotten or not. And if you defeat Edgar, you will receive a Shabriri grape. It's our proof that his need for revenge no longer divides or distinguishes. Love, revenge,
You gonna put out your
melt
eyes?
it all away.
Gonna give you a
in the
kiss?
yellow chaos flame.
Ouch.
But there are those who fight against the tarnished who stalk their own. Yura, the hunter of bloody fingers, will often be at your side. Yura comes from the land of reeds, a place that has long been locked in a miserable civil war, and it's said that the entire nation has succumbed to a blood-soaked madness. It's not too surprising, then, that Yura fights against any blood-crazed tarnished, whether they serve the Lord of Blood or otherwise. But Yura's true mark is a Drake Knight named Eleonora, located at the Second Church of Marika, where she kills Yura in cold blood. Once, Eleonora had a legacy as a proud knight, but because of her dragon communion, it seems her humanity has slipped away. So, you put that legacy to rest.
Interesting.
By now, it should be clear that madness takes many forms.
Hello? Is someone there? My name is Hayata, and I'm journeying in search of the distant light. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me?
She looks like Arena, but Arena is dead. Somehow, this Hayata has taken over that body. But for
Oh,
what purpose? She barely even knows herself.
I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden. You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you? They rest their trembling hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their frail fingers, emaciated. Yet still, they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold.
Of course, the Shabriri grapes are eyes. Yellow, shriveled, and oozing.
That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were
Sometimes it's better not to know.
The most reviled man in all of history. It all began long ago with the crime of slander. Shabriri came up with a lie, and it was so damaging, so heinous, that his eyes were gouged out as a punishment when that lie was proven to be false. We can't be sure of what was said, but what if Shabriri slandered the nomadic merchants? What if, with a crooked smile, he accused them of the very crime he himself was guilty of, saying that they had fraternized with the Three Fingers and were not to be trusted?
Oh.
This would explain
Hello.
why the nomadic merchants came to be so hated. It is said, after all, that the sickness of the Flame of Frenzy began with Shabriri. And after his eyes were gouged out, the blight of the Flame of Frenzy came to dwell
I know that
in
outfit.
his empty sockets. Yellow eyes became known as Shabriri grapes, and Frenzy started to infect the despairing world. A madness that belongs to those who have lost everything.
Oh, God.
Ah, by the way, well, even we had a place to call home once. The Great Caravan, they called it. But it's been lost to us for ages. I've been searching for it as long as I can remember. And with a name like that, you'd hope they kept some fine goods there, eh?
Okay, not to be gross, but have any of you guys ever actually eaten eyeballs before? Like, probably not, you know, human eyeballs, I hope. But I have, and they're not actually that bad. I think the worst part about eating eyeballs is the idea of eating eyeballs. Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, I remember when I first, like, started eating Japanese food, they would have, like, barbecued fish heads. And so I would order one, and, you know, like, you'd eat the fish cheeks because they're delicious. But they would still have the eyeballs in there. And one day I was curious, and I'm just like, And I looked to the other people with me. I'm like, should I eat the eyeball? And everybody was like, no. So of course I did it. And it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. I did not hate it. It was a weird thought. It's like, oh yeah, I'm eating an eyeball. That's weird. But it really wasn't that bad. Oh man, no. One day I really want to, like, buy it, like, full fish. I know they're already, like, pre-cleaned and stuff, but it'd be really cool to, like, make stock out of them and stuff. I don't know. Oh man, no, I would much rather eat eyeballs than celery. I fucking hate celery. Celery is so disgusting. I would much rather eat a barbecued eye than celery. This is how your paths of villainy start. I mean, wouldn't you like to know?
I've always preferred my own company to that of other people's. And I don't have any burning questions I wish to ask my ancestors. But there's something I need to know. My roots. I want to know who I am, where I came from, where I'm headed. I hope you can join me at the Great Caravan, in fact. Who knows what wonders there might be to trade?
If Shabriri did indeed slander the merchants, then he knew exactly what their despair might bring.
Normalize bullying, I guess.
Is that you over there? I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason why it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears. Finally, it all makes sense. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden. Could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers.
We only know of one other who was clasped in such a manner. His name was Vike, the Dragon Spear. After the war with the ancient dragons, there came the rise of the dragon cultists, who earned the dragon's affection. One of the most beloved was Vike the Dragon Spear, a tarnished descended from Godfrey, who eventually returned from across the sea to join the Round Table Hold in hopes of becoming Elden Lord. To this
Good
end,
luck.
Vike was assigned a Finger Maiden and acquired the power of 2 great runes. But when he stood before the thorns of the Erd Tree, he realized the truth, that a maiden's true purpose is to burn the thorns for the one who would become Elden Lord. And whether it was born of love or duty, Vike refused to burn his maiden, for the whisperings of Shabriri had told him of another flame. A flame of frenzy hidden deep below the capital that could burn the thorns away. But when Vike returned, his maiden was dead. Did she commit suicide after betraying her purpose, or was Vike captured and punished for his treason? Whatever the case, now Vike's vengeful spirit defends the dead maiden at the Church of Inhibition, while the real Vike kneels imprisoned in an Everjail deep within the Forbidden Lands, clad in armor clasped by 3 burnt fingers. This is all that remains of the contender that was supposed to become Elden Lord.
That's so sad. And this goofy looking fuck comes up. Jesus. Dude, a lot. A fucking lot.
Finally, we meet. The Tarnished, who would be Lord. Oh my, why the long face? I fear that you were previously acquainted with this vessel. Well, that is most unfortunate, for he is dead.
If you intend to claim the Frenzied Flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that, is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion. Please, leave the Frenzied Flame alone.
And maybe you would have left it alone, were it not for the horrors that you found down there.
Did you see what they did to my ancestors? The whole clan buried alive, sick, maddened, husks of themselves.
That's sad.
Have you heard their moans? They're hardly human anymore. They think we worship the three fingers, that we called the maddening sickness down upon them. Well, if that's what they expect from us, then that's what they shall get from us!
Brutal.
The world of grace and its people should have been content to see us sink between the cracks, but to have intruded upon our solace, having broken us upon their whims? I'll never forgive any of you. We won't be trading any longer. was that? That burn. Your eyes. You've inherited the flame of frenzy. Unknown warrior. Divest yourself of everything.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool door.
Our 3 fingers. Throw wide the door. Ah, that's it. The yellow flame of chaos.
Huh. Hey, you? Those look like heretical fingers. Forbidden Fang?
Please. A frenzied flame to melt away the curses, suffering, and despair. And the order. Entire.
Oh, it'd be so cozy.
Melt away the curses, suffering, despair. And the order entire. May chaos take the world. May chaos take the world.
Cool.
Oh, it burns. My eyes. They're melting. Thank you.
Huh.
I have touched them. The words of the 3 fingers. As your maiden, allow me to divine them. All that there is came from the one great. Then came fractures, and births, and souls. But the greater will made a mistake. Torment, despair, affliction, every sin, every curse, every one born of the mistake. And so, what was borrowed must be returned, melted all away with the yellow chaos flame, until all is one again. Those who gave me grapes howled without words, saying they wished they were never born. Become their lord, take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, and melt it all away. As the Lord of Chaos, no more fractures. No more.
You know, that would have helped. That would have helped, you know.
And so it is that an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
You have inherited the frenzied flame. A pity. Our accord ends here.
That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it looks a little toasty. Is there a little seed? Oh. No? Check it out. Huh. What do you know?
Lord of Frenzied Flame. I will seek you as far as you may travel. To deliver you what is yours. Destined death.
Thank you for watching. If you want to get early access to more videos like this, then you can consider signing up to my Patreon. The money from there helped me to invest really heavily into this episode. For example, the music that you heard during the Kale scene was completely custom made just for this video.
Wow.
It was commissioned from the hugely talented Alex Rowe. I wanted to take the merchant violin that you hear in game and then evolve it into its own soundtrack, and Alex did this great job at creating a song that really elevated the mood of this Prepare to Cry episode. And
That was
of course,
really
this
cool.
episode wouldn't be half as good also without the efforts of Miss Pap1, who came up with the visuals and the editing ideas for this episode, and he just inspired so much of the story here. So be sure to give them props in the comments as well. Special thanks also to Sekiro Doobie for showing off Kale's cut questline, which served as inspiration for this episode as well. And thanks in general to all of the modders and the hackers who give us the tools that we need to properly tell the stories of Elden Ring. And
Oh,
again,
that was sick.
Thank you for watching. I'll try to do a shorter Prepare to Cry episode next time. I
No.
think. And I'll see you then.
It doesn't need to be shorter. That was beautiful. That was so cool. Really, really well done. Man, it would be so cool to see the aftermath. Right, Bridges. I mean, so long as you had the HBO funding, I feel like it would be good to hand off. I don't trust Netflix with anything. Netflix fucking sucks. I'll never give Netflix another cent ever again. After they canceled The Dark Crystal, just fuck Netflix. I don't care about Stranger Things, man. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about any of their other shows. There's nothing on Netflix that I care about more than my disgust for their canceling of The Dark Crystal. Fuck Netflix. They can rot. If they shut down, I won't care. Fuck it. Fuck them. It's all good. I hope someone else picks up the Dark Crystal show, though, because it was so good. Uh, 30. Yeah, no, 30, not 20. But I paused. Did I pause a couple times? I don't know. Either way, that was a really well done video. I was so enamored in it. I forgot what I was supposed to be doing and just watched. But no, I remember. See, I saw a lot of that in game when I was playing, but I didn't do the Frenzied Flame ending, you know. I set my girl on fire. But clearly, seeing this, it seems as though that's what she wanted anyways, so I don't feel bad for setting her on fire, you know? But damn. Brutal. It would be really, really cool if there was DLC designed specifically for after certain endings. I think that would be really interesting. I think that it would probably, maybe don't burn down. I mean, you know, Torrent's pretty cool. I like Torrent. Torrent is my friend. I don't know. I would try not to burn down Torrent. Either way though, man, what a game. There's so much, so much to learn still. And it's just so in depth and everything is so intertwined. This game is incredible. It'll be really cool to get back to it. I'm excited.